This is Royce Kinniebrew. When I was a classroom teacher for about 15 years, I loved coming back off of breaks, whether it was summer break, Christmas break, any break that we had where I had seen the kids for a couple days, a week, or even longer. It was a good time for me to reinforce routines and procedures. Let me explain this to you. This is the most, or one of the most important things you can do in being able to manage your classroom. And it's all social and emotional learning. It is self-management, it is responsible decision making, and it is relationship skills. So what I would do, every routine and procedure in my classroom, I would not only tell students what that procedure or routine was, I would show them how to do it. Now, one of the things that educators do where they make a mistake, they will talk to their students about routines. As an assistant principal, I would come in, I would see educators telling their students, scholars, about routines and procedures. But what I wouldn't do is see them actually showing them what to do. So here are some of the routines and procedures that you can show your students how to do. First of all, what you should do at the beginning or before you come back from that break is come up with a list of routines and procedures, an exhaustive list of every routine and procedure that you do in your classroom. If you are an administrator, what you should do is come up with an exhaustive list of routines and procedures that kids do outside of the classroom. How they go to the bathroom, how they walk through the halls, how they behave at recess, how they walk into the lunchroom. And you should tell kids how it is that you want those things to happen, but you also have to show them. So, several things that I would do, and I would spread this out usually over the first 2 weeks if we are coming back off of a long break, say like summer break or Christmas break. I would spread this out over a week or even 2 weeks where I would show a procedure and explain it and demonstrate it every day for several weeks. And you're going to have to, especially based on the kids you have to reinforce these procedures, because the problem is a lot of the inappropriate behavior and some of the mishaps and issues that happen in class is because kids don't know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So the more that you can take those gaps of indecisiveness away from young people, the less inappropriate behavior you're going to have in the classroom. Imagine one of the things that I used to do, kids could not get up out of their seat without raising their hand. And I learned that if you can impact the mobility of a child in your classroom, you can cut down on the inappropriate things like fights, like arguments, like people knocking something off somebody's desk, either on purpose or by mistake, somebody hitting somebody, if you were able to control their mobility. So make an exhaustive list of what you do in your classroom, administrators, what happens during the school day for a child in all the different areas of the building. And then what you do is you come up with a procedure that if you're a classroom teacher that you have to come up with it just for yourself, or if you have a teaching team where your kids platoon around, say, in 4 or 5 different subject areas, you and that teaching team can come together about the routines, and you all can come up to how it is that you want those children to do those routines within your pod, whether it be 6th grade team, 7th grade team, 10th grade team. It's a little bit different in high school, but it can still be done. And after you do that, you teach them how it is that you go and you ask to sharpen your pencil, or to throw a piece of paper away, or to go to the restroom or any of those things. I'll just go for an example and give you an example of this. One of my pet peeves was kids and how they raise their hand. And we know how some kids raise their hand. They'd be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. They would make noise. They would be moving their hand all around. And that really annoyed me. And so I would show kids the way that I liked for them to raise their hand. Feet on the floor, bottom in the seat, hand raised, palm toward me, arm all the way extended, trying to get as much eye contact with me as possible. That is the way that I like for my students to raise their hand. If they did anything different than what I asked them to do, I would make a reinforcement statement like, I'm only gonna call on people who are raising their hand in the way that we learned how to do it at the beginning of the school year or coming back from break, or how we know how to do it. And that is the way that I would teach it. And when I showed it, I would show all of the wrong ways, or as many wrong ways as possible. And I never let the kids do it the wrong way. I would show them the wrong way, and then I would show them the right way, and I would make them demonstrate for me the right way, right? And so that is how you do it for one particular routine and procedure that happens in the classroom. Remember, look at that list that you have created and create that routine for yourself. Let me tell you, this is all social and emotional learning. It's all self-management. All success is social and emotional learning or emotional intelligence. And the better you can teach this, which is self-management, which is relationship skills and responsible decision making, your classroom will run better. Your school will run better. It will be better. So what we talked about are routines and procedures, how it is that you should teach them. Make sure you make an exhaustive list and you show kids as well as you tell them, and it will help make your classroom run a lot better. This is Royce Kinniebrew, and we'll see you next time.